What's up, guys? Juice here. In a few days, I'll be flying out to Montana to meet up with my buddy Darwin to join him on about a 178-mile stretch of his Continental Divide Trail through hike. I'll be starting with him in East Glacier, hiking south till about Highway 200 just east of Lincoln, Montana, and this is the sub 8-pound ultralight kit that I'll be bringing with me. Let's get to it. So, before we get into it, if you're into backpacking, gear, and just overall outdoor adventures, hit that subscribe button for more upcoming content. Before we get into it though, remember that this is the gear that works for me on this specific trail. It may not be right for you. So if you do want to look into any of the things that are in my pack, I'll make sure to put some links in the description below so you can easily find them. But make sure, before you try them out, get out there and test them for yourself. Now, before we get into the pack, let's start out with the clothes that I'll be wearing. If you've watched any of my other gear videos, my clothing has not changed for the last couple of years, and there's a good reason why. I've really found a system that works for me. Starting at the bottom, I've got my shoes. These are the Hoka Evo Speed Goats. I love these shoes. These specific pair have over 800 miles on them, and after I hack out this next section with Darwin, these will have over 1,000 miles on them. And anytime you can get 1,000 miles on a pair of shoes, that is a huge win. And there's really not a lot of wear that's on these anymore. The entire upper is still intact. There's zero holes. The cushioning's still good. The grip's still good on the bottom. Got a little bit of wear on it, but overall, these have been the longest lasting, most comfortable, best set of shoes that I've ever had. They're made of Evo mesh, which is why they have lasted longer. The Evo stands for Kevlar, so it has a Kevlar weave, which really doesn't break down like a lot of mesh that's used on shoes today. It doesn't absorb water. It's lighter and it's thinner, so it's really comfortable, really breathable, and overall, it's just a great shoe. 1,000 miles, solid so far. Moving on, the socks that I wear are the Injinji running toe socks. They're not the most durable in the world, but as far as comfort goes and blister prevention, there's not a better sock on the market today. In my regular life, I prefer Darn Tough just because I think those are all a better and more durable sock. But for long miles hiking, can't go wrong with Injinjis. Moving on, I have, for underwear, I only bring one set of underwear, and those are Under Armour compression shorts. So I have those on underneath. These are great. Then I have shorts. These are the Gore R5 running shorts. They're pretty basic. They're light, they're stretchy, they're comfortable. Not a lot to them, but they've served me well for the last year or so and still going strong. The shirt. The shirt is the Outdoor Research Echo Sun Hoodie. I've been using this for the last couple of years, and I am totally on the bandwagon of sun hoodies. It's super lightweight, super breathable, gives you a lot of sun protection when you're in those exposed areas. It has a sweet hood that fits your head really well. It moves with your head as you move it back and forth, protects your ears, protects your neck, protects the back. Overall, it's just a great shirt. And as soon as this thing kind of wears through, starts getting some more holes in it, I'll probably just go buy another one because I haven't found a better shirt on the market. It's a good piece of gear. Then we have the sunglasses. These are Ray-Ban sunglasses. I do use a lanyard on the back. I think these are Chums, maybe? Which is great because when I'm not using them or it's not sunny, I'll just put them around my neck That keeps me from having to put it in my pack to get all scratched up and kind of broken. So I usually just keep them around my neck when I'm not wearing them. The hat I guess is the only new piece of gear. This is by, I think it's called Legend Headwear. Yeah, it's a good hat. Liked it so far, and yeah, not much else to talk to about the hat other than I make sure to treat all my clothes in permethrin for tick and mosquito prevention. Doesn't completely prevent them, but it definitely does help. Moving on, we have the Fanny Pack. So this is the Through Pack Fast Bum. I've been using this for years. It's pretty simple. It only has one zipper, and then it has one kind of big pocket behind the main pouch, and then I always just put my cell phone there. So it's a great storage spot. So inside the old Fanny Pack, the first thing I've got on top is Squirrel's Nut Butter, and this is wrapped in Leuco tape. Squirrel's Nut Butter is for kind of blister prevention, chafing. It's a small little stick. There's actually not a ton in here, but it'll be just enough that I need for this trip. Then I've got my money clip. This is just a little clip that keeps my stuff together. I've got some cash, got a few cards. Hand sanitizer. This is from Lightsmith. This is just a little squirt bottle. I filled it up with hand sanitizer. Use it after you go to the bathroom to kind of cleanse up. The headlamp. This is the Olight S1 mini baton. I've been using this for years. It's a 600 lumen. It's just over an ounce. The battery life on it is great. It's waterproof. It's magnetic, so you can kind of clip it to bear boxes and different kind of metal objects. Yeah, no complaints with this. It's light. It's functional. I usually just clip it on the top of my hat, like that when I'm in camp, or if I'm walking, a lot of times I'll just use it by my side because I kind of prefer that angle, so you can just kind of walk with it. So S1 Olight mini baton, great stuff. Chapstick. This is just some basic SPF chapstick. This is a microfiber cloth for cleaning my phone. The only gear that isn't included in this and in the lighter pack, just because it's camera equipment, is what I'm using to film on. I'm using the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. I have a video mic made by Rode, and then I have the UltraPod 1, I think, as the tripod, and that's my entire film kit. And this is the microfiber cloth that I use to clean off the lenses. I've got a Bic Mini here, and a little bit more Leuco tape that's wrapped around it. And the last item in the fanny pack is the Kulo Clean Bidet. I've been using a bidet for probably a little over a year now, and it's great. It's great for leave no trace. It's great to kind of, make you feel a little bit cleaner in the woods, because you can kind of give yourself a little spray, and yeah, it prevents chafing. It's lightweight, and you don't have to worry about running out of toilet paper or wet wipes or whatever other people use. So yeah, just bring the bidet, and that's all I need. It attaches on top of my water bottle, and then I throw it back in my fanny pack when I'm done. So good stuff. And that's it for the fanny pack. Moving on, this is everything else. So starting with the pack, this is the Nashville Cutaway by Nashville Pack. This is what I've been using for all of 2021, and quite frankly, it's the best pack that I've ever used, and I've used a lot of packs. I had this one custom made at the beginning of the year, and they did a great job. So I got a chance to choose the material, which I did the VX07, choose the different kind of patterns, the different colors of the material, the shoulder straps, kind of everything was kind of made my way, and it's been awesome. It's super comfortable. Some unique features with Nashville packs. Let's start with the shoulder straps. The shoulder straps are kind of the running vest style, so it has two buckles, one here, one at the bottom. It's got 3 pockets, one at the bottom, one here, and then one on the top on each side. They're really stretchy, and they're super, super comfortable running vest style straps. A lot of companies try to do the running vest style, but this is kind of the first pack that I've run across that really did them right and makes this pack really, really comfortable. I also had them add the pad attachment system on the back. That way my sleeping pads don't have to take up any volume within the inside of the pack, and it gives you a little rigidity on the outside. And with the pack here, since it's got the different folding sections, it does give you a little bit more breathability to it too. Some other unique features, the pocket on the outside, instead of having, you know, one mesh pocket and then two kind of water bottle pockets on the side, this is just kind of one big pocket. It's almost like a diaper to kind of hold all of your stuff, but everything still stays organized. Like I still have my water bottle right over here, chips, I've got some gear on the side, I've got my trekking pole, cold soaking jar, all that kind of stuff. The bottom, another unique feature, they have the kind of fancy bottom that a lot of companies make, but theirs actually opens up this way instead of on the side, which I actually really like because it kind of serves dual purpose. It's easy to access. You can store, you know, hats and gloves and all that kind of stuff, but it also helps keep your pads in place, which is a pretty handy little feature. So I'm sure I'm missing a few other things that are unique to this pack, but all I can say is it's well built, well made, super comfortable, super functional, and kind of everything that I'm looking for in a pack right now. So I would highly recommend looking into Nashville packs if you get a chance. All right, so let's dig into what's actually here. So on the outside, I've got a Ziploc bag here. This is typically where I keep my microphone. So when it starts to rain, I keep a Ziploc bag that I can quick throw the microphone in. On this side, I keep my water filter. So this is the Katadyn BeFree water filter. This is the 1 liter. This thing's great. It's nice to have the water attachment system already on the actual filter, which gives you a little extra storage capacity. The BeFree is probably the fastest water filter you can even get today. If you are in, you know, conditions where the water is really kind of murky or lots of minerals in it, this will plug up faster than, let's just say, a regular Sawyer squeeze. But for, you know, let's just say the mountains where I'll be headed, this is a great water filter. The bottom here, I keep my earbuds. So these are the Samsung Galaxy Pro earbuds. These things are, you know, just a couple of ounces. They have noise canceling, they have great sound, they're water resistant, and I usually like to just put in one earbud if I'm going to listen to anything out on the trail. That way I can still kind of pay attention to what's around me. And yeah, battery life on these is great too. So yeah, these are solid. Moving on to my sleeping pads that I keep on the outside. I actually use 2 sleeping pads. The first one is the Nano, I think it's the switchback. So I cut it so I don't need a full-length sleeping pad because I use 2 of them. So I actually have 6 panels of the Nano switchback, just so that it starts kind of behind my neck and then goes past my hips. So that gives me kind of the comfort and the warmth that I'm looking for. And like I said, gives a little rigidity to the backpack. So that is sleeping pad number 1. The second one is the Gossamer Gear 1/8 inch sleeping pad. Now, some of you may be asking, why do you use 2? Why don't you just use the Nano switchback? Well, the reasoning is that with a closed cell foam pad, I like to sleep on my side, so I like just a little bit more cushioning. So by using this pad first with that one on top, it provides me with just a little extra cushion, and I'm doubling up on the warmth. I think each one of these has a rating. I think it's a 2.2 rating on the warmth for the Nano switchback, and this one has, I don't know, 0.5 to 1 R rating. So it does add some extra warmth as well as some extra cushioning, and it actually saves on weight. Using this in tandem with just 6 panels is actually more lightweight than just using the full Nano switchback. I think it's just shy of maybe 8 ounces, somewhere around there. I'll leave my lighter pack link so you can check out the specifics. So again, the Gossamer Gear 1/8 inch pad combined with the Nano switchback. Now getting into the main pouch here, the first thing I've got on the top is a bag of kettle cooked jalapeno chips. Never leave home without them when I go on trips. Love that crunch in the woods. This bag is pretty much ready to get on the plane, so I've got 5 days of food in here as well, in addition to all my gear for the trip. So kettle cooked jalapeno chips right on top. Underneath that, easy access, is my rain jacket. So this is one of my favorite pieces of gear. This is the Gore R7 Shake Dry Trail. I have a few other videos about that. I'll link that in the cards above. This thing's great. It's super lightweight. The thing that I like about the most is the shake dry technology. Water just beads off of it. It doesn't soak through. It's super breathable, and it's comfortable to wear. So I just really love this piece, and this is the first rain jacket I've ever owned that has never wet out. So I love this rain jacket. Underneath that are my rain pants. Some people go with wind pants, some people go with no pants. Typically I just wear shorts, but I prefer rain pants because they do repel water as opposed to wind pants. They are a little bit warmer than most wind pants. Now they are a little bit heavier though. So these are maybe, I think they're a little bit under 6 ounces, but these are the Solomon, I think they're Benatti waterproof pants. And I've been using these for quite a while, and they're great. I don't wear them that often, but they usually make it out at least once or twice on every single trip. So definitely worth bringing along. On this side, I've just got a 1 liter essential water bottle. On the other side, I have my trekking pole that typically I just be using. This is the Lecky Vario aluminum 3-piece trekking pole. I've also got a little bit of duct tape on there. I do have the kind of the, what do they call that, the walking cover or whatever. The reason for it is that I won't be checking this bag. I will be bringing it on the plane. I've never had issues in the past, but I feel like putting the tip on maybe it makes it less threatening. So maybe it's needed, maybe it's not, but I usually travel with this on as it goes through security. So this is a great pole. I have 2 of them, but I prefer one. Just so I can have one hand free to hold a flashlight or eat or, you know, just walk with. So one aluminum Lecky trekking pole. Then I have my cold soaking jar. This is just a simple Talenti jar. It seals well. It has the right capacity for making the type of food that I'll be having on this trip, and you get the bonus ice cream as you get this for the first time. So I do prefer to cook, but since I'll be flying to Montana and you can't check any fuel, and I'll be getting in super late at, like, you know, after 11 p.m. and then heading right to the trailhead, I won't have the opportunity to pick up any fuel. So I just figured for simplicity, I'll just go cold soaking on this trip, and then probably the next one I'll go back to cooking with the canister stove. Last thing on the outside pouch is my trowel. This is the Deuce of Spades trowel. Pro tip, take some duct tape and wrap it on the outside. These edges are a little bit sharp as you try to dig, so it kind of it helps the comfort for your hand as you're digging. And also, if you need some spare duct tape, you can just rip it off and use it as you need to. I do place it in my pack around the cooking jar like this. That way it stays in place and you know, doesn't get lost or move around in that outside pocket. So that's the way I store it. And that is everything on the outside. Let's get into the main compartment. Right on top, I have my tent. So this is the Z-Packs Pocket Tarp made of Dyneema. And I also added the bathtub floor, which is optional. And total weight with the lines and everything comes in just under 9 ounces, which is incredible for a tarp and a bathtub floor. So I've had this for maybe about a year and a half, used it on quite a few trips now, and it's great. I love kind of the open air feeling that you have within a tarp, and then the bathtub floor does attach in it with some shock cords, so that thing's great as well. It is going to be July in Montana, and I've heard right now the bugs are pretty bad, especially the mosquitoes. So new to this trip, I did add the Sea to Summit Nano mosquito net. So I put that in there, and that'll give me additional protection that I usually wouldn't need on a lot of other trips. But just based on the timing of this one, I thought adding a bug net to it would be a good idea. And I think total it only adds maybe 2.6, 2.7 ounces to the whole setup. So it's still around like 11 ounces total for the entire tarp setup. So good piece of gear. Next, I have my stakes. So I have 8 stakes total. You can set it up with 6, but I just use 8 just for some additional support with it. So for the main guy outline on the front beak, I use 1 MSR regular groundhog. It's a pretty beefy stake, but you really want something that's going to be a little bit stronger with that main guy out point, because that's kind of the main supporting structure of it. So 1 MSR groundhog. And then I have 7 of these Superior Gear aluminum stakes. These are, I think, just about 6 grams a piece, so they're really light, they're really durable, and they hold well. The Y shape of it, I find, holds in the ground really well, so yeah, those are good. And I just keep them in a little sil nylon sack here. On to my Diddy bag. So this just kind of has a bunch of random stuff. First thing on there is some extra line. So I will be hanging my food. The Bob Marshall Wilderness has one of the highest grizzly populations in the lower 48. So I will make sure to hang my food every single night. So I have some extra line here. Picaridin insect repellent. This is the lotion. I have a few pouches of this. Like I said, the bugs are supposed to be pretty bad, so I have 3 pouches of this for 5 days, and then I have 1 or 2 more pouches that I ship to myself that I'll be picking up as a resupply at the Benchmark Wilderness Ranch. So Picaridin, it's great. It doesn't eat your gear like DEET does. It doesn't have kind of, you know, that odor that DEET has, and it works just as well. So this lotion is actually, it's non-oily, so when you put it on, you don't have that kind of greasy feeling that a lot of lotions would give you. So yeah, I really like this stuff. This little bag here pulls double duty. I use it as the rock sack that I use to hang my bear bag, and then inside of it I do keep my toothbrush and toothpaste. This is just a little toothbrush that I got from, I think, Lightsmith, and then it's got the cover on it that kind of keeps it a little more sanitary and keeps some of the dirt and grime off of it. And I just keep it in a little this little stuff sack here that I use for the rock bag. Last thing in there is my med kit. So this is pretty basic. So I carry some Neosporin. There is a needle and thread in here. I have an extra set of contacts. I have some contact solution in a contact case. I have an extra cap, a few Benadryl and Imodium just in case, and a patch kit for my Tarp, some extra Dyneema, a few ibuprofen, and some KT tape. So not a lot to it, but it should be, you know, everything that I need to get myself out of a pickle just in case. Yeah, that's it. Electronics. This may be overkill for most people. This is a 7-day trip. So I will be bringing the Anker 20,000 PD fast charger. It has a USB-C on this side and then a regular USB-A, and like I said, it's 20,000 milliamps. It may be overkill. A lot of people don't use their phones very much. However, I use my phone to film, and I use it for GPS, so I may use a little bit more juice than a lot of others. So I go with the 20,000 if it's going to be anything over, you know, 3 or 4 days, just because I need it to recharge my phone since I use it for filming. Along with that, I have the Anker PD 18-watt charger. I think this thing's only an ounce. It's super small. Provides fast charging if you have the opportunity to plug in somewhere. Really not worth leaving at home just in case you have the chance to recharge. And then I have 3 cables. I have a USB-C for my phone and my earbuds. There's a proprietary charger for my watch. I don't think I said that in the clothing section, but I use the Garmin 935, and it has a proprietary charger that I need to use with a battery bank. And then I have a USB mini that I plug in for my headlamp. So that's going to be all the cords, and I keep them all in this little bag. Next up is my food. So this is 5 days worth of food. I think it's about 8 pounds. This is the Z-Packs food bag, and then I have a little beaner here so that I can hang my food PCT style. I'm not going to go through all my food, but I know a lot of people are probably interested in some of the things that I'm taking. So yeah, a lot of lunches. I'll kind of be doing some tuna and hot sauce, some snacks. I've got some Sweet Tarts Chewy, good stuff. Spam singles. A lot of people hate Spam. For me personally, if it's really hot out and you're trying to get some salt, this is one of the easiest and best things. I always didn't like Spam, but something about backpacking and in hot weather, I really like Spam on the trail. It's an easy way to get some calories and some salt in your body really quickly. So I have one of these per day. Breakfast, I'll just be doing a couple packets of instant oatmeal, and then I mix it with one package of French vanilla breakfast essentials. Gives it a little extra flavor, some extra calories, and I just really like the combo with these for breakfast. And then for cold soaking, I'm doing some Idahoan mashed potatoes, some Norsides, rice specifically. I have a couple couscous meals that I have some dehydrated black beans in with some taco seasoning, some M&Ms, and yeah, that's just a lot of what I'll be using. Some noon tablets to add to some water, and then there's a few bars and whatever. And then this is the spoon. This is the Sea to Summit spork. So I keep that right in my food bag. Got some ramen. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything that I'll be bringing, and then I'll be picking up a 2-day resupply at the Benchmark Wilderness Ranch, and that'll get me to Highway 200, and I'll be flying out of Missoula. Last up is all the stuff that I want to keep dry. So I use a pack liner, Nylofume specifically. So right on top I have my quilts. So this is the Enlightened Equipment Enigma. So it has the sewn through foot box. This is a 20 degree specifically with the 7D material. And 20 degrees may be a little bit overkill, but I like to sleep warm, so usually I will sacrifice a little bit of weight to have a warmer sleeping bag. So yeah, I love this quilt, and comes with me on most trips. Next we have my Puffy. So this is the Enlightened Equipment Torrid Apex with the 10D on the outside and the 7D on the inside. Had this thing for the last few years. I really love it. I love that it's synthetic, so it still retains warmth when it gets wet, which has happened several times to me. It's got a nice hood that you can cinch down. For the weight to warmth ratio, it's great. It's got some little zipper pockets on the side. This thing's awesome, so it comes with me on pretty much all trips. Couple things left in here. Got the pillow. This is the Sea to Summit Eros Premium regular pillow. I know some people don't bring pillows or they use other items. I prefer just a blow-up pillow, this one specifically. It's a luxury item and just something I choose to bring. So like this pillow a lot. And last thing is one extra pair of socks. So these are again the Injinji running toe socks. And then just the Nylofume trash compactor bag, and I think you get these at Lightsmith. So these things are great. Keeps everything dry. Haven't had one fail on me yet. And the only thing that's left is the bottom pocket. I just keep two things in here. I keep this is just a cheap REI beanie that I can quickly access throughout the day, and then a pair of Gore wind gloves. These are waterproof to an extent, so it'll kind of keep some light rain off and everything, but they're more of a wind glove, and these just weigh maybe 1.5 ounces or 2 ounces. So keep these in the bottom just for easy access. And that's it. Cool. Well, that's going to do it. I'm really excited to join Darwin for some miles in a few days. I'm excited to get out to Montana and explore the Bob Marshall Wilderness. So if you found any value in this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. And until the next one, Juice out.